Okay, let me try and drill here. You know what we'll do? We'll create a pilot hole. We'll use this baby here and kind of start the drill, because that's the other thing. It was kind of skipping off. Oh shit, I had to go back. It's totally him. His bald head. And the... You know what? I was watching the trailer. I didn't even see the bald head. Like, I heard the voice, but... Yeah, I don't know. I was probably just being distracted or something. I didn't really see the bald head, necessarily. I just... The voice. And it's Sam Raimi. Did you take note of how big they put his name up there in text? Sam Raimi. I was like, yes. Okay, we're making progress on the hole. We're making progress drilling the bullet hole. You can't just have one bullet hole. You kind of have to have like 3 going like... So I'm probably going to have to drill 2 more holes. I also want a bullet hole kind of right on the head. Okay. That's looking good. Let's go for a little more. I don't want to go too deep. Sam Raimi, he's doing it. Goro, is this a dream? I love Sam Raimi. You can tell it's going to be a Sam Raimi film. Yeah, I hope it has like some signature Sam Raimi kind of like zoom in shots, like floating camera going across like a field or whatever, and then zooming in. Okay, I think that's deep enough. As I continue to drill. Let's try and get another bullet hole. Maybe just 2. Did you... I don't know how familiar you are, Goro, with Marvel as of like the last 5 to 10 years, but there's this whole thing about the Illuminati. Are you aware of the whole Illuminati plotline with Marvel? Because what we saw there seems to allude to the Illuminati as well, which is pretty exciting. Because that means we are not only going to be getting Professor X, but we're also going to be getting Mr. Fantastic and Namor. Okay, I don't think that the whole... nope. Okay, so the Illuminati are a secret organization in the Marvel Universe that's basically like they control not the events, but they sort of oversee the comings and goings of events in Marvel Universe, and it's headed up by Professor X, Mr. Fantastic, Namor the Submariner, and Black Bolt, and possibly someone else, but I'm not sure. But one of the biggest impactful things that the Illuminati did was decide that Hulk was too dangerous to stay on Earth. And I'm sure you're aware of this stuff, at least, that they decided Hulk should no longer be on Earth, and thus decided to send him to a planet filled with wild game for him to feast on and just survive alone on a planet. Not really that nice. I mean, these people are supposed to be his friends, and they basically just sent him to like die alone on a planet, right? peacefully, at least, I guess. But unfortunately, the ship that the Hulk went on got stuck in like a cosmic storm or something, and he ended up going to like some battle planet and and that was where the whole events of Planet Hulk began. And then once he found out the whole reasoning for why this happened, then World War Hulk began. And so, yeah, I'm pretty sure you know about that stuff. But the whole impetus for that was because of the Illuminati. This A bunch of like powerful leaders in the Marvel universe decided collectively that this is what should become of the Hulk. And so there's this shot in the trailer for Doctor Strange 2 where Strange enters this room and there's several chairs, right? And many of them are empty. However, the person that we believe to be Professor X is amongst them. But you can see in the background there's actually another chair that's occupied, and sitting in it is a person who is sitting in a very kind of like King Conan kind of stance or posture where he's kind of just sitting very bored, kind of with his hand in his head kind of thing, resting his head in his hands. And some people have cross-referenced that image with stuff from the comics, and it's a very kind of Namor stance as well, or posture. So, yeah, it could be possible that we'll see Namor or yeah, or a tease of Namor. Very exciting. I don't know what the Illuminati is, but that sounds great, Goro. Night Trap, also Iron Man, Black Bolt, and Doctor Strange. Oh, yeah. So Iron Man, that would be really interesting if they brought back Iron Man. Or they recasted Iron Man, because this could be like another Iron Man from another dimension. And each Illuminati member carries an Infinity Gem. Oh, I forgot about that. That's pretty interesting, too. In the MCU, that might have to change, just because the gems have been supposedly disposed of, right? They've been atomized. But we know from Loki that actually many gems exist from other dimensions, and we see from that trailer that Doctor Strange has like a doppelganger, you know, an evil version or what have you, a different version of Doctor Strange from another universe. And so I'm thinking that the Professor X that we see there is probably a Professor X not from strictly the very same X-Men universe that we had seen for years and years in the Fox movies. He's probably going to be someone who's slightly different in some fashion, because Professor X has died two different ways in the X movies. Most notably in Wolverine, he's dead. But my feeling is that they'll kind of come up with some sort of alternate excuse, alternate version of Professor X, where some events that you know from the movies had happened, but others have gone differently. I'm putting a little backing behind this plate because it's very thin, and I don't want to run the risk of drilling through my finger. That's not going to be good. So let's just do this. Also, the Moon Knight trailer, by the way. There's a new Moon Knight trailer, and that looked pretty good. They're saying that this Moon Knight trailer is, or the show rather, is going to be rated. How do they do it in? It's like PG-14 or something for TV, and they're saying it's violent, like it's going to be pretty violent. So, I mean, hopefully, who knows? That'll be interesting. That looks like a pretty good bullet hole, I think. Let's go a little deeper. Keep on saying that. 14A, yes, yes, yes. It's 14A. So that's a little encouraging. Hopefully it'll be a little more violent than the Marvel movies that we've been, or rather the Marvel TV shows that we've been seeing lately. Maybe they yeah, so they made a point in mentioning that, and I wonder if that was a reaction to Hawkeye. Okay, there's one bullet hole. I think one might be good enough for that right there. Got two here, and I kind of want something skidding across his head going this way, but I don't think I can be drilling that. I might have to find some other method to do that, and I might not do it at all if I can't really do it well, so. Night Trap, I'm calling it. Tom Cruise is Iron Man. According to those rumors, dude. Oh my god. Tom Cruise is Iron Man. I could almost see it. I can almost picture it in my head. I think he might do a pretty good job. As iconic as Robert Downey Jr. has been for the role of Iron Man, I can almost see it. That I can almost see it that Tom Cruise could do a good job. That's funny. I don't know. I just might have to make a bet with you on that one. Professor X is probably a variant, yeah. You know, the whole variant thing gives them a lot of leeway in terms of being able to create a character who is familiar in some respects, but also unfamiliar in other respects. That they can kind of pick and choose some parts of the history of Professor X that we know, and they can drop that history. You know, like mention that, and then they can actually forget some of the shittier parts that don't work with the story or whatever. I think what I'll do is I'll get Night Trap. The fake set pics of Tom Cruise as Iron Man are too funny. Maybe it's smokescreen. Maybe it's like they made it look intentionally fake, but they're actually legit. I think I'll do maybe 2 bullet holes here on this side. This is his left, or rather right arm. I'll do 2 bullet holes here. Maybe 1 on the knee, or the shin rather. 1 or 2 here. I'm not going to do all that now, by the way. I'm just trying to think about my next steps. And I can show you guys real quick my plan for this. Ooh. I took some green stuff and I let it cure and set for a bit. This is actually cured for about 48 hours, so it's kind of hard now. And it'll probably be usable to carve into and sculpt. And I made little thinner parts to cut and chop as accents. And I want to make like extra luggage, extra baggage. It's probably a little too hard to tell, but there are these little pieces of baggage and stuff attached to this model, and I thought it might be cool to create a few more big ones, and maybe even like a canvas roll out of green stuff. Just make some more stuff to make the model look a little more worn out and lived in type of thing. And so, yeah, again, I'm not the best. I'm not good at all at sculpting with green stuff, but I want to practice, and so this is the start. Really doesn't look like much at the moment, but I'm hoping that these little green things will end up looking like extra baggage and luggage at some point. But I've got to prepare that more. Goro new Wolverine, yeah. Hopefully they cast that's gonna be a hard one. It's gonna be hard to cast a new Wolverine, someone that's going to be as iconic. It's kind of like the first guy to play Bond after Sean Connery. I used to remember his name. He did the one movie, and he was like totally rejected. Like everyone basically wouldn't accept him. So I almost feel like it's going to be a situation like that, where it's just going to be really hard for people to accept a new Wolverine. Roger Moore. Yeah, there was someone before him. He did one movie. Oh man, what's his name? I want to say like George Lazenby. Yeah, I think it's George Lazenby. That movie that he was in wasn't actually terrible, but yeah, it wasn't. You could just feel it. Like it didn't feel like Bond. I think the biggest problem was that the movie wasn't that good. Not that the actor was bad. I'm just gonna nick this side up a little more, and then we might wrap things up. Do a couple of nicks. So hopefully I can start painting this guy in about, oh, maybe this week. Maybe I can actually start painting it this week. I'd like to finish this model this month, but I'm actually not sure if I'm going to be able to do that. We'll see. Ooh, remember not to press too hard. And I might actually, yeah, I'll have to paint this in sub-assemblies as well. Trying to decide how many sub-assemblies I'll make for this model. Yeah, just kind of any of the edges, trying to like create some nicks, and there, we can disassemble this. It'll be easier to work with here. Just so that it looks a little battle worn. Battle damage. Battle damage dinosaurs. Did you have any battle damage dinosaurs, Goro? I never liked that. I don't want to see my dinosaurs battle damaged. I want them to be, I want healthy dinosaurs. Give me the healthy dinosaur model. Oh, there's a new trailer for Jurassic World too. Did you see that? Or Goro or anyone else? That one, it looked pretty good. It looked pretty good. They show what appears to be feathered dinosaurs in the present day. That's kind of neat. At least I think it was. There's definitely a scene of feathered dinosaurs in the past. But yeah, I think that there's feathered dinosaurs in the present day. Maybe I should watch the trailer again and see. He looks generic. Roger Moore had a good comedic timing. He was funny, yeah. Roger Moore was funny. And it ruins the toy, the battle damage, yeah. You don't know anything JW related? The last one might have killed it for me. Feathered dinosaurs? Yeah. Give it a look. Give it a look. They show. So actually, there's a preview of like the first 5 or 10 minutes of the movie that's out now. I don't know if you want to watch that, because that's a little too much. But the trailer does show. It does show a feathered dinosaur. And yeah, now that I think about it, I'm not sure if that was a present day scene or a past scene. So I have to take a look at that again. It'd be cool if after this they kind of reboot Jurassic Park and kind of start fresh. And because I feel like these movies are all kind of getting dragged down by the history of Jurassic Park and everything. Maybe a soft reboot of some kind. Okay. So we've sufficiently nicked up a bunch of parts. I was using this because it's a bigger handle. It's just a little easier for me to use, even though this knife isn't as sharp. Fuck. Okay. I was like, did I? Okay, I might have to take this off. I'll just leave that for now. Okay, we can get another nick here. I feel like this is a prime real estate for another scratch. I've seen people really rough up their models, especially World War II tanks and stuff, to really make them feel used and abused. I've seen them use like a mixture of cement glue and putty to like dab the entire model to get like this modeled texture all over the model. That's pretty cool. I feel like this model's a little too small to do that with, although the scale is the same. Same here. I saw the feathered dinos. It piqued my interest. Piqued the interest. I mean, who knows? Hopefully they'll be good. I don't know. The last one, like Goro said, kind of killed the interest. It was just such a weird, corny movie, and it didn't seem to keep up the standard of what I feel is like a high standard for Jurassic Park movies. Although maybe that's just an illusion. Maybe the the last few Jurassic World movies weren't that great, and even the last Jurassic Park movie wasn't that great either. So they're not actually great movies, except for the first one, really. But the first one was so legendary that it kind of carried through, and I sort of still hold out that they could be good again, that they can be great again. Make Jurassic Park make Jurassic Park great again. Where can I get that hat? This looks awesome. Yeah, hopefully, man. I want it to be good. I want it to be good. All right. I think we've done enough nicking and chipping. Let's okay, tell you what. Let's put this guy back together, and we'll think about wrapping things up. Let's put this dude back together. First comes the shoulder. Maybe the next time I stream, I can put together the some of those weapon packs and see what I feel about those. Or if I put it together off stream, I can go about customizing them on stream. We shall see. So even in this state, I feel like the model looks a little better now that I've nicked it up a bit, chipped it, and scratched it up. And you can always go overboard. You can go like super into that stuff and really go to town, making damage, battle damage. I don't want to go too far because there's no way of going back. Or you could go back to the original plastic and fix things up, but it's kind of hard to do that. So I'm trying to just be a little picky about how much I go for that. Just on an action level, and because Alan Grant is back. Yeah, I think they showed all the old JP characters back. I want to see raptors on the rooftops of Florence. Yeah, the feathered dinosaurs, the world having to deal with T-Rexes stomping around. Tape it to the back of your car for a couple of hours on the 401. Dude, I think this thing would disintegrate. That would be, hey, you know what? That'd be a pretty good YouTube video, though. I'm sure that would get a couple of views. How to weather your bottles the Canadian way. Let's just tape it up back of the car, and just, dude, it would get messed up. It would just shatter into a billion pieces. That would be pretty funny, though. Even if you took it on the local roads. You know how like people manufacture stonewash jeans? They like, to get that look of distressed jeans, they put it in like a dryer, like a laundry dryer. They put the jeans in with a bunch of rocks and just let it rattle around. You could do this with this model. Just put it in a thing and just let it tumble in with a bunch of rocks. That would also probably break it. But you know what, guys? I think that's going to do it for me. Did a decent amount of stuff today. We Did some battle damage, battle dinosaur damage on this guy. We painted the base coat of these models, and we'll have to take a look and do a more refined base coat to make sure that it's nice and solid for the future layers to come. We looked at some of the stuff that I bought with some fun money from my birthday. This guy's going to be really fun to paint, I think. And yeah, I think that's going to do it for me, guys. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for PG Kami for coming in. Goro, happy birthday, dude. Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. Bacon, who's eating right now. Kami, Night Trap. Catch you guys later. See you next time.